Welcome, Rouse Raider baseball fans, to another edition of Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Francis, and I'm flying solo right now. Scott has not. Well, there he is. Scott just walked in. So we're glad to have him. It's baseball time in Texas on a sunny afternoon in Leander, Texas. Good afternoon, friends, and another day of baseball Raider style. Introducing the lineups tonight, or this afternoon, Pflugerville Connally and Rouse go at each other in this district matchup, first of two. Leading off for the Connally Cougars, number 10, Michael Gomez at second base. He's followed up by number 13, Darius McGrew in center field. Number 6, batting third, Griffin Murphy at short. Number 8, Ian Guthrie behind the plate. Number 21, batting fifth, Sean Rosales at first base. He's followed by number 6, Anthony Hancock at first base. Number 23, Jordan Vega, will be on the mound for the Cougars this afternoon. Number 3, Cash Patterson, will be in right field. And number 9, Nick Salazar in left. Well, Scott, glad to have you with us.
Thank you, Michael. A little late getting here. I'd blame it on traffic, but it's just that wouldn't be the truth there. It was such a pretty day, I just kind of lost track of time. 63 degrees here at the field. Strong wind, though.
It is a strong wind and beautiful day.
It'll be blowing out of right straight into left, so the hitters win today.
Lineup for your Rouse Raiders. Number 6, Jay Kalepa, will be leading off in the center field. Number 23, Jared Suddard, will be in right field and batting second. Number 22, Connor Bennett, the shortstop, will be batting third. He will be followed by number 26, Lance Little, the first baseman. Number 55, Dalton Porter, will be your starting pitcher for the Raiders this afternoon. He will be followed by number 1, Dylan Lewis at second base. Alex Cervatus will be playing in left field, but Tanner Robbins will be DHing for him. Number 3, Matt Garcia, will be at third base. And number 34, Fisher Kingsbury, will be behind the plate for the Raiders. You're listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back, friends, and I'm glad to have you with us today for some matinee baseball, which is something that typically you're not used to during the district course of the season, but it's spring break for the Leander Independent School District, and Rouse is on spring break and has opted to play the 1 o'clock start. Originally, this game was scheduled to begin at noon and changed earlier in the week. Due up for the Cougars in the first, Gomez, McGrew, and Murphy. Defensive lineup for the Raiders: on the hill, Dalton Porter; behind the plate, Fisher Kingsbury; At first base, Lance Little. Dylan Lewis at second. Connor Bennett at short. Matt Garcia at third. In left field, Alex Cervedes, Jake Alepa in center. And in right field, Jared Southard.
Just an outstanding day for baseball today, Michael. Weather's warming up. Vernal equinox, am I pronouncing that right? Springtime is here. And
that would be
no chance of rain today or tomorrow.
That would be correctly stated. Raiders 2-0 in district after sweeping Marble Falls 5-0 and 9-0 respectively last week. Raiders only pitched 3 pitchers, Dalton Porter, Fisher Kingsbury, and Jared Southard. Dalton Porter pitched last Tuesday night, a complete game 1-hit shutout of the Marble Falls Mustangs. Jared Southard went 5 innings of 1-hit ball, giving up no runs. And Fisher Kingsbury came on in relief and pitched 2 innings on the nightcap, only giving up 1 hit and no runs.
Looks like the Raiders are in their home varsity white uniform today.
Connally in their road grays with black shoulder sleeves, black numerals and lettering, bordered in green. Connally, part of the Pflugerville Independent School District. A lot of wind out here, as we mentioned, so if you hear that coming over to the mics, we do apologize for that. Michael Gomez stands in from the right side. Porter has the sign. Pitches exclusively from the stretch. The pitch, a fastball in for a strike. Wind blowing from right to left. The pitch from Porter. Fastball low for ball 1. That'll even the count up 1-1. So anything that's going to be up in the air, if it's hit down the left field line, has the possibility of going over the fence or being pushed foul. Pitch, this is cut on and hit the second. Dylan Lewis steps over, makes the throw, and Gomez is retired. 4-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 13, Darius McGrew, for the Cougars. McGrew digs in from the right side. Kingsbury gives the sign, and Porter comes set. And the pitch, this is cut on and hit back up the middle. This is going to get through for a base hit. And McGrew is on board. Brings up number 6 for the Cougars. 1 on with 1 out.
Yeah,
here in the top of the first.
Hit was hard to handle. It was right in between the second and shortstop. Second made a good try for it.
Oh, I pushed the wrong thing. Throw over to first, not in time.
We're having a few technical difficulties with the scoreboard, folks.
So Porter throws over. Will not be in time as McGrew dives back in. Just reset the scoreboard. Function 1 and 2. Porter again comes set. McGrew extends his lead off of first. The pitch in for a strike. One and one the count to number 6, Griffin Murphy, the shortstop for the Cougars. Batter calls time. Press hit twice. Press again. You have to do that the same way on the errors. You have to press it twice. Snap throw from Porter to first. Not in time as McGrew dives back in. The 1-1 pitch. Throw down to second, not in time as McGrew slides in. 2 balls, 1 strike to Griffin Murphy. Porter working just as methodical as he did last week. Takes a little time. This is ball 3. This is a fastball that misses low. Actually, he's calling the count 2-2. Now we're all set. Porter checks McGrew at second. He deals pitch in the dirt for ball 3, and that'll work the count full. Porter toes in on the rubber and comes set. A long pause and change up high and outside that Murphy chases for strike 3.
That will bring up number 8 for the Cougars.
2 away.
Ian Guthrie.
Coach Crimpine calls time as he wants to get his infield all on the same page.
Looking like the spring break jitters. Make sure everyone's focused.
Little change of pace as they're playing during the day, where most of their games have been in the evening as of late, outside of tournament baseball.
And folks, we have a real treat today. We have both the pitcher and the catcher's fathers here in the press box with us, Mr. Porter and Mr. Kingsbury, running the scoreboards respectively.
And we're set to get back underway. Number 8, Ian Guthrie, the catcher, will dig in from the right side as he faces Porter for the first time this afternoon. Porter checks McGrew back at second. Gives him a long look and another. Curveball drops in for a ball. That was a pretty nice looking pitch from Dalton Paul Porter.
I guess the sun got in the umpire's eyes on that one.
1 ball, no strikes to Guthrie. The pitch, fastball outside corner for strike 1. The count is even. 1 on with 2 outs and a scoreless here in the top of the first. Porter spins off and looks McGrew back to second. Gosh, it's just a beautiful day for baseball.
It certainly is.
The 1-1 pitch in for a called strike. Tell you what, that was a fastball that had a lot of look like a slider.
Sure did.
As it tailed in for the strike. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside and high for ball 2.
How would Bob Euchre say that? Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. How would Harry Carey say? Hey, Harry Carey here.
That's right. It's the only way to listen to baseball is on the radio.
I love listening to it. It's been some great ones over the years. Of course, I grew up on the Rangers broadcast team of Mark Holtz and Eric Nadell.
Oh, there you go. I was the other side. Milo Hamilton, Astros.
Pitch misses low and inside for ball 3, and Guthrie has worked the count full. As a matinee game, you don't have a lot of fans in the stands this afternoon. Pitch from Porter gets the outside corner for strike 3 call.
Outstanding pitch.
Outstanding pitch as Guthrie was looking for ball 4, instead gets rung up.
Froze him
and
at the
caught
base.
looking. No runs on one hit, one left on, and after 1/2, it's a scoreless ball game here in Leander.
Folks, as we said, it's only the beginning of the game. If you're at work, take the rest of the day off. Come to the ballpark. Grab a hot dog and support your Rouse Raiders.
Cougars take the field.
Give a shout out to any of our Connally fans who are listening. They've always had a good club. We enjoy visiting their field.
Yeah, I got our sign posted out there so people could see it.
One of my closest friends, I don't know if it's good to say this, but Jeff Padovic, his son Jeffrey Joe graduated last year from Connally.
Yeah, I remember calling him his name several times.
Anyone's listening, so don't hold that against me. I've known Jeff for over 30 years. Retired Austin Energy employee.
Austin Energy.
Austin Energy.
Yeah, you're a retired Austin Energy employee.
Yeah.
I'm a current employee of Austin Energy.
Good company.
It is a good company. City of Austin, one of the best cities to work for in the country. Defensively for the Cougars on the hill, Jordan Vega. Behind the plate, Ian Guthrie. Sean Rosales at first. Michael Gomez at second. Griffin Murphy at short. Anthony Hancock at third. Nick Salazar in left field, and Darius McGrew in center, and Cash Patterson in right field. Leading off for the Raiders in the bottom of the first, Jake Alepa. He'll be followed by number 23, Jared Southard, and Connor Bennett, the shortstop. Vega comes set, a lefty. So he deals a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Alepa hoping to change his luck off of last Friday's game as he won the Golden Sombrero on 4 consecutive strikeouts.
Did he ever?
He had the hat trick, and then he added one more for the Golden Sombrero. That is not mine originally. Brad Tillery informed me of that. So thank you, Brad, for that bit of information. Brad Tillery, another of SHN's play-by-play talent. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jake Alepa. Pitch is cut on, and it's popped up into foul territory and falls harmlessly. Count will remain 1-2. Vega has the sign, and he deals. It's like a slider inside, and Alepa just gets a piece of it. Vega not throwing very powerful. He's more like a off-speed pitcher. 1-2. The pitch misses outside. As for 5, a platinum sombrero. Don Porter is informing me. Yeah, that's when you get 5 consecutive strikeouts. Full count. Alepa was 0-2, and he has worked it back full. The pitch from Vega misses low for ball 4. And Alepa gets the free pass.
That brings up number 23 for the Raiders, Jared Southard.
Number 23, Jared Southard, will dig in from the right side, the big right-hander. And UT commit for the Rouse Raiders. Throw over to first will not be in time as
almost
the
over
throw
through
from
the first
Vega.
baseman.
Yeah, the throw from Vega almost over the outstretched glove
Alepa's got good speed on
of
the
Sean
bases.
Rosales. Vega comes set. The throw over, not in time. Vega comes set. This hit and run called, swung on and fouled out of play for strike 1, and Alepa will return back to first base.
I cringe every time one of those baseballs goes foul out of the park. There goes $7.
Another throw over to first will not be in time. A pitch from Vega. This is cut on and hit foul. Sutter falls behind in the count, 0-2. Southard has been doing well at the plate so far this season. He's actually moved up a spot in the order. Throw over to first, not in time, and Alepa is definitely getting that uniform
Getting
dirty.
it dirty now.
The 0-2 pitch, that's cut on and popped up. The wind playing havoc. Salazar over, makes the catch. And Southard is retired.
That will bring up number 22 for the Raiders, Connor Bennett.
The shortstop, Connor Bennett, will come to the plate, number 22. Alepa extends his lead at first, and Vega will deal home. This is cut on. It's going to fall into the gap. Oh, actually, Salazar over and makes the catch. It looked like that was going to fall in.
Sure did.
I think he had help from the wind, kind of pushing it back towards him, kind of closing the distance.
Going to be a one-hit blooper, Texas League hit, but the wind kept it up just enough for the left fielder to get over and grab the catch.
Awesome. 2 away for Lance Little. Big first baseman will stand in. Little, a junior for the Raiders, in his second full season of varsity. Vega comes set. The pitch misses low for ball one. Raiders having to make the adjustment to an off-speed pitcher. The pitch misses low, and Alepa will scamper on down to second base and pick up the stolen base. 2 balls, no strikes to Lance Little. Dalton Paul Porter on deck for the Raiders. I know his dad appreciates that. He may not appreciate that so much, but the pitch from Vega, curveball that gets the outside corner for a strike, and not a whole lot of break on it.
No, just straight down the middle.
Two and one. The count. This is hit down the third base side. Throw over from Hancock, and that will do it for the Raiders. 5-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. And after 1 complete, it's scoreless here in Leander. Gets kind of difficult to make that adjustment when you're used to facing a good fastball pitcher and having that speed, and then you get an off-speed left-hander who comes in, and he just doesn't have a whole lot of. He may be hitting 81, maybe right. 79, 80 is kind of what I'm guessing.
Oh, you're right, Michael.
If not a little lower.
Most of the batters are used to a fastball pitcher, and Vegas keeping him off balance for sure.
And the other thing that I'm seeing in his changeup, there's not a whole lot of drop off from his fastball either.
There's not hardly any at all.
So I'm guessing maybe 5 miles an hour off. It's
a little early, but we might have a pitching duel today.
Porter back on the bump for the Raiders to pitch the second. He will face Rosales, Hancock, and Vega.
So the top of the second, that's going to bring up number 21 for the Cougars, Sean Rosales.
Rosales, the first baseman for the Cougars, will dig in from the right side. The pitch from Porter, that's going to be wide of the plate by a foot or so for ball one. One 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses low for ball two. Two balls, no strikes to Rosales. Pitch from Porter. Fastball. This is cut on and hit out to right. This will fall in. And Rosales has a leadoff single. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Anthony Hancock. Porter comes set. He checks Rosales at first. He comes home, fastball low for ball one. Porter struggling to find the strike zone here in the second. The 1-0 pitch to Hancock, swing and a miss for strike one. Sometimes it takes an inning or maybe 2 innings to kind of get in your rhythm.
Right.
And Porter still looking to find his rhythm. The 1-1 pitch to Hancock. That's cut on and fouled back out of play for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hancock. 1 on with no outs here in the top of the second in a scoreless ball game. Porter wears his pants in the classic baseball style. Has his stirrups and his pants to his knees. The 1-2 pitch misses high and outside for ball 2. Two the count to Hancock. The pitch from Porter, a swing and a miss for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 23, Jordan Vega. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch from Porter. Slider down and away for strike 1. Porter comes set. Again, he takes that long pause. Swing and a miss from Vega.
That's number 23 for the Cougars, Jordan Vega.
2 strikes to Mr. Vega. Rosales doesn't get far from the bag. The pitch from Porter gets Vega on the arm, and he'll get on by virtue of the hit by pitch.
Just
And
like that, we've got 2 on.
You had him in an 0-2 count, and you hate to lose him. And they're going to bring a courtesy runner on.
That'll bring up number 3 for the Cougars, Cash Patterson.
2 on with 1 out here in the top of the second. And the right fielder, Cash Patterson, digs in from the right side. Pitch from Porter, fastball, just above the zone for ball 1. The 1-0. That's in for a strike, but that's the same location as his previous pitch. 1-1 the count to Patterson. Rosales at second base. And Patrick Washington, the courtesy runner for the pitcher. This is cut on and hit foul and out of play for strike 2. Yeah, as a pitcher, you hate to get in that situation. You get a batter down in an 0-2 count and you let him go on a pitch, and it didn't get him much. It just grazed him. But the umpire saw that it made contact and awards him the base. The 1-2. Beautiful pitch just off the outside corner. Misses for ball 2. Batter calls time, and again, Scott, I'm kind of noticing with this umpire, he sets up over in.
He does.
The right-handed batter's box, and to me, I guess my understanding of it, it kind of takes away from the pitcher, especially when he's working the outside corner.
I'm not sure how the umpire will be able to see it or make a good judgment call.
2-2, that's hit foul, and the count remains even at 2. But you see that more often these days, umpires moving over into the batter's box more in between the plate and the batter.
Right, he's got his field of vision is almost right in line with the left side batter's box.
Curveball hangs high for ball 3, and Patterson has worked it full. Porter picks up the sign from Kingsbury. He deals. Fastball up high for ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Bring up number 9, Nick Salazar.
Number 9 hitter. And number 9, Nick Salazar. The left fielder will come on. And he will dig in from the right side. Bases loaded with Cougars at the moment. The pitch, this is popped up into foul territory and will go out of play for a long strike 1. Fastball cut on and missed for a strike. Down in the count, 0-2. Porter could really use this strikeout. And he gets it. Salazar caught looking for out number 2.
To the top of the lineup, we're number 10, Michael Gomez.
Back to the top of the order we go. Michael Gomez grounded to second, his first appearance. And the Raiders could use another one of those right now, too. Pitch from Porter misses outside for ball 1. Porter facing his 6th batter of the inning. The 1-0 pitch. A lot of chatter coming from the Connally dugout. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Michael Gomez. Porter steps off and resets. 2-0 pitch. It's in for a strike. Fastball right down the middle. Two balls, one strike to Gomez. The pitch, that's cut on and hit out toward right field. Jared Suddard over, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs on one hit, 3 left on, and after 1.5, we're scoreless in Leander. Porter able to work out of a jam in that one, Scott.
He sure was. Bases loaded with 1 out. He's able to come back and get both outs. And that would good determination will get you.
Good job, Bob.
Due up for the Raiders in the second. Porter, Lewis, and Robbins.
Friends, now's a good time to mention one of our alumni sponsors. The Rouse Raider program has a long tradition of alumni sponsorship. Dale Vanoy, father of Cody Vanoy, all-state catcher from last year. If your career's in a pickle, reach out to Dale at State Farm Insurance and learn how to hit a home run with your new career. Contact Dale Vanoy at Farmers Insurance.
Jordan Vega back on to pitch the second. Coach Crampini adjusted the order this week and actually moved Southard up and moved Porter down 1. Moved Porter batting number 5.
Number 5, that's right.
The pitch from Vega, a lefty-lefty matchup, sets in for a strike on a pitch that looked really low.
And we're back to that uncertainty again from the umpire.
The pitch misses inside for a ball on a pitch that looked more like a strike than the first one. The 1-1, that's cut on. It's going to go through for a base hit. Porter gets on with a single. Single to left. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 1, Dylan Lewis. But when you find an umpire that gets like this, Scott, the one thing you want to look for is consistency between both sides.
Right.
And so far, he seems to be that way.
So far, he is consistently questionable on both sides. But Dylan Lewis at the plate, Big D is his nickname. Been with the program since pre-freshman years.
Pitch gets the outside corner.
Wearing that coveted number 1 spot. Number 1 uniform.
For strike 1. 1 strike to Lewis. The pitch. That's cut on and hit back up the middle. This could be trouble. Shortstop has it. Throws over. Murphy to Rosales for the out on the fielder's choice.
That brings up for the Raiders, number 4, Tanner Robinson.
6-3 on the putout. That'll move Porter
Tanner Robinson
up to second, and the designated hitter Tanner Robbins comes to the plate. Robbins hitting for the left fielder Alex Servatus, swing and a miss for strike 1. Actually, the umpire said he got a piece of it. Nothing in 1, the count to Robbins. Robbins a freshman, is that correct, Scott?
I believe so. Junior.
Oh, he's a junior?
Oh, wow, we were way off.
Yeah, we were way off. Somebody told me the other day he was a freshman. Robbins takes for ball one. Robbins the junior. Yeah, we're corrected.
Class of 2020.
1-1 pitch. This is popped up. This is playable, and the catch is made by Hancock for the out.
That'll bring up number 3 for the Raiders, Matt Garcia.
Infield fly
Go, Matthew.
to the third baseman.
Number 3, Matt Garcia, another one of our seniors on his varsity squad. Been with the program since pre-freshman, CPYL days.
Vega comes set. He checks Porter. He delivers high and outside for ball one.
And the umpire is still setting up directly.
Pitch outside. Misses. And Porter steals third, standing up, but he's fortunate that it was a bad throw from Guthrie that spun Hancock around. I don't believe so. And was able to escape the tag.
Yeah, really fortunate on that throw down, Michael, that he wasn't put out. That would have eliminated the...
The 2-0. This is cut on, hit foul down the third base side. Two balls, one strike. To Matt Garcia. Porter just 90 feet away. Raiders would love to get this run home. This pitch is cut on and hit foul, out of play down the third base side. Count evens at 2. Deuces wild to Matt Garcia. Pitch, this is cut on, hit foul down the left field side. He's yanking it hard.
Hey, looks like we're taking driving practice with the PGA. Balls are falling very close to each other.
Pitch, this is cut on. This could be trouble. As Garcia gets in, then the ball goes wildly to the fence, and Garcia around. He'll get the single and a stolen base.
That's going to bring up number 34 for the Raiders, Fisher Kingsbury.
And that scores Porter, and Raiders take a 1-0 lead.
And just a little blooper hit.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a hit. Vega comes set as Fisher Kingsbury digs in. He takes inside for a ball.
We've got the story on Mr. Kingsbury from his father.
Yeah, we've got the horse's mouth up here.
That's right. Apparently he's in his top 10% of his graduating class right now.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Really likes math and physics. So that'll be good when he's making a gazillion dollars taking care of Dad years from now.
Mm-hmm. The 1-0, that's, wow. High, I thought high and outside. He gets rung up for the strike. Usually I'm pretty spot on seeing those, but guess where he sets up. Swing and a miss as Kingsbury chases one high. 1-2 the count to Kingsbury.
Says he likes eating a lot.
He can't tell it. He needs a sandwich.
He needs a sandwich, I think. Come on, Dad. Help him
Take
out.
him for that double meat and cheese over at Whataburger.
Looks like we have a
Oh,
balk.
got a balk called on Vega. Home plate umpire called it, not the outfield or the infield umpire. The pitch is cut on, hit down third base side. Hancock has it, throws over in time. They'll go 5-3
At the end of 2,
on the putout
Rouse Raiders 1. Connally Cougars 0.
for out number 3. Raiders score 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left on. After 2 complete, your Raiders 1, Connally Cougars nothing. You're listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports.
SHN, and another one of the sponsors and supporters of Rouse Baseball. Their second year with us. Been an outstanding partnership.
Pitching change for the Raiders. Number 22, Connor Bennett comes in for number 55, Dalton Hall.
Looks like we have a pitching change, Michael.
Number 22, the shortstop Connor Bennett will move over into.
Comes in for Dylan Lewis. Dylan Lewis moves over to shortstop.
Pitch and relief for Dalton Porter.
Also new catcher.
No, got the same catcher.
Oh.
Dylan Lewis has moved over to short.
Ah,
Tanner Robbins is now in at second.
that's what I get for listening to the other guys in the press box.
Dalton Porter moves to center field. Jaden Leffa moves to left.
Coach
So,
Griffin making his changes.
That'll remove the designated hitter.
The Williamson County Deputies Association, a proud sponsor of Rouse Raider Baseball. Thank you.
Looks like we have alumni in the grandstands here. Mark Hooper has just shown up. Son graduated last year, part of that varsity squad where we lost. How many did we lose, Michael? Oh,
16.
16 varsity players to the program.
All right, defensively for the Raiders, and I'll give you that just in a second. McGrew with the bunt. Bennett over, has it, and McGrew is retired.
Interesting call for the first hitter.
That'll go 1-3 on the 1 pitch out. Yeah, it was interesting because he picked up the single. He picked up the single in his first at bat, and that'll bring up number 6, Griffin Murphy. Murphy 0 for 1 with a strikeout. His first at bat as he takes for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball that he just got a piece of and fouls it out of play for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Murphy. Guess the last time I called to Murphy was Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy, yeah.
Played for the Raiders. Graduated, I believe, 3 years ago. Pitch misses for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Murphy. Murphy went on to play his college ball at West Texas A&M. The 1-2 pitch. That's cut on and hit over towards second. Robbins has it, throws over. In time for out number 2.
You've got 2 already.
That brings up number 8,
Robbins
Ian Guthrie.
bobbles the ball as he's pulling it out of his glove, but still able to get the
Hang on.
throw over. Almost wide of the bag, but able to get it there to get the out. That'll bring up the catcher, number 8, Ian Guthrie. Guthrie 0 for 1. He fouls this one off. Guthrie caught looking at his first at bat. The pitch from Bennett. Misses high and outside for ball one. 1-1 the count. The pitch fouled off back to the fence.
I'm glad that fence was there.
Yes, sir. That was about window high, and that the window is open for the camera. The 1-2 pitch from Bennett, swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
And the Raiders retire the side in order. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 2.5, your Raiders won. The Cougarville.
That was like me the other night. Marble Falls was Midland, Texas.
Oh my goodness! I guess that's a hybrid mix of Pflugerville and the Cougars.
That's right.
Cougarville. Oh my goodness, Francis, come on, man!
Folks,
Come on, man! You had one job. The Connally Cougars.
If you're in the office, take off the rest of the day. Come on down, catch a hot dog. Beautiful day for baseball. Not too far down the road.
Now,
Beautiful Leander, Texas.
Who was it which actor was it that said there's nothing that tastes better than a hot dog at the ballpark?
Oh, that was
Was that Humphrey Bogart?
well, I remember there was a movie. I'm a sci-fi buff. There was a movie 2010 where Roy Schneider is arguing about
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Got to have baseballs or hot dogs are best at Yankee Stadium in August. They've been cooking all year.
All summer long.
All summer long. Can't grow good hot dogs inside a dome.
The Raiders take the lead until the bottom of the third. Due up for the Raiders. Back to the top of the order. Jake Alepa, Jared Southern, and Connor Bennett. Well, Connor Bennett comes in and gets some work as the Raiders have the lead, and it'll be no decision for Dalton Porter.
Speaking of work, this inning's brought to you by the Williamson County Deputies Association, working hard to protect those who protect you. Another proud sponsor of Rouse Raider Baseball, Williamson County Deputies Association. I don't have a bio on Mr. Alipa, but his parents have assured me that I can kind of go on the fly. He has a pink bicycle, from what I understand. Garnering that name, Alipa, from the Corpus Christi tournament.
Alepa digs in from the right side. Jordan Vega back on to pitch the third for the Cougars. As he drops the
What was that?
He called it a ball. I thought it was a strike.
Okay.
On a very off-speed changeup. Fastball. This is cut on, hit over to short. Murphy has it. The throw over will be wide of the bag, and Alepa will take off to second. He'll slide in safe. But he reaches on the error. That will be an E6 on the shortstop.
Number 23 for the Raiders, Jared Southern.
First error of the game. And Alepa stands at second.
Well, Raiders have a man in scoring position with no outs. See if we can get something going here.
Pitch from Vega. Gets that outside
The
corner
delayed strike call.
as Jared Southern digs in. No balls, one strike to Jared Southern. Southern chops this one foul for strike two.
Another one of our seniors on this varsity squad. UT commit.
Yeah, he'll be playing his ball at the University of Texas next year. Ray and Estella, neighbors to me. We both live in the same subdivision. He lives just around the corner.
I understand they had a good varsity dinner the other night.
Pitch misses outside for a ball.
My son Robert attended and failed to bring anything home for Dad.
1-2 pitch way outside. That evens the count up at 2. Sutter, another one of these players who can really swing a bat hard, and if he can get one in his wheelhouse, this is going to line over the shortstop's head. This will score Alepa. Sutter will round first and come back. Sutter picks up the single.
That's going to bring up number 22 for the Raiders.
And the RBI.
Yeah, just a good hit right over the shortstop's head. Outreached arm, wasn't able to make it. And a good little ribby for Jared Sutter.
Raiders now extend their lead to 2. 1 on with no outs. Jared Sutter standing at first base. Vega loses the handle on what appeared to be a curveball. Ball 1 to Connor Bennett. Connor Bennett came on in relief of Dalton Porter. Pitch misses outside for a ball. 2-0 the count to Bennett. Vega comes set. The pitch, swing and a miss. On a pitch that I would have said would have been ball 3, but you just don't know.
They don't know today.
2-1 the count to Bennett. Sutter takes off on a hit and run. Hit to short. That'll be thrown way. I think it might have went into the dugout.
Yeah, into the dugout, and the umpire is going to award Jared home.
So Bennett will pick up the RBI on the error. Actually, I think he would have been safe. He was safe no matter what.
He was safe no matter what.
That's going to be an infield hit for Connor Bennett.
Courtesy runner for Connor Bennett. That's going to be number 18, Ethan
And
Moore.
advances to second on the throw out of the playing area.
It's like Ethan Moore coming in to run for Connor.
Raiders extend their lead to 3. That'll bring up the hard-hitting first baseman, number 26, Lance Little. Another Raider in scoring position.
3-0, your Raiders, no outs.
Little cuts on this one and hits it out, way out to left. Salazar over, makes the catch. Ethan Moore hesitant on the tag up, but ends up moving down on the sac fly from
That's going to bring up number 55 for the Raiders.
Lance Little.
Dalton Paul Porter.
That'll be the first out. Nice hit from Lance Little as he hits it deep to left on the sacrifice fly.
Dalton Porter steps in, another UT commit.
Lefty-lefty matchup between Vega and Porter. Curveball inside on what looked to be a pretty good pitch.
And, oh, he called it a ball.
He called it a ball.
Okay.
1 ball, no strikes to Mr. Porter. The pitch, this is cut on. This is going to go through for a base hit. Into right field, that will score Ethan Moore, who came on as a courtesy runner.
That's going to bring up number
And Raiders now extend their lead to 4.
Dylan Lewis.
Raiders have the hit and run going.
Porter with the single and RBI. And that'll bring up Dylan Lewis. The throw over to first will not be in time as Porter gets back in.
Dylan getting his sign from Coach Crimpine. Coach in his 3rd year.
Pitch from Vega, swing and a miss from Lewis, and Porter will pick up the stolen base. Another slow floating curveball. And this one picks up the outside corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Lewis. 1 on with 1 out. Pitch inside. Misses for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Lewis. Lewis grounded to short his first appearance. The 1-2 pitch from Vega. This is cut on and hit over towards second. Drops in, and it's going to be booted by the second baseman, and he's in no hurry to get to it.
Coach is
Porter will
Porter home.
Score. And Lewis will pick up.
Bring up number 4 for the Raiders, Tanner Robbins.
Porter will, or Lewis will pick up the RBI on the error and reaches.
And we're going to have a conference at the mound, Michael.
That's going to be an E4.
Folks, we're bringing you up to speed here. Bottom of the 3rd. Your Rouse Raiders 5, Connally Cougars 0, 1 out, 1 on first.
So relatively a routine kind of ground ball over there that Gomez should have played and gets charged for the error. Tanner Robbins stands in. He takes for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. This is cut on and hit down the third baseline. Robbins will not make it in time. 5-3 on the putout.
That will bring up number 3 for the Raiders.
Advances the runner.
Garcia.
That'll move Lewis down to second. Third baseman Matt Garcia comes to the plate. This is the 8th batter of the inning that Vega has faced. Raiders lead 5-0. So he takes for strike 1. I think our scoreboard is off. We're in the 3rd with 2 outs. It's chopped on and hit foul back out of play. Garcia in an 0-2 count. The pitch from Vega. This is cut on and hit out to left. Salazar tracking it. It's going to be over his head and bounces off the fence. That will score Dylan Lewis. And Garcia picks up the stand-up double.
That brings up number 34 for the Raiders, Fisher Kingsbury.
And we're back to Mr. Kingsbury.
Yeah, the Raiders have batted the order here in the 3rd. Kingsbury cuts on and hits this one foul down the third baseline for strike 1. With Kingsbury coming to the plate, the Raiders have batted the order here in the third. This is cut on and just goes foul. Raiders with a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. One on with 2 outs. Kingsbury in an 0-2 count. The pitch from Vega. This is cut on and hit foul down the left field side, on the left field side, third base side. Get a little tongue twisted.
Hopefully Fisher's grandparents, John and Linda, are listening in today. Or are they in the stands? Dad saying he doesn't know.
The pitch from Vega that's going to miss wide of the bag. Garcia will steal third base as Hancock was playing back toward the outfield grass. One and two, the count to Kingsbury. The pitch. This is popped up in shallow left field. Salazar over makes the catch, and the side is retired. Raiders score 5 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors and leave 1 stranded. After 3 complete, it's your Rouse Raiders 6. The Pflugerville Connally Cougars, nothing.
And we would like to give a big thank you to Austin Wood Recycling for sponsoring Raider Baseball. Choose Texas native products for your landscaping. Together, we will swing for the fences. Thank you, Austin Wood Recycling.
Don Porter, the PA announcer for the Raiders.
Hey, Alepa asked me to tell you he's got hot dogs. That's what he has for hot food. Cold drinks. And
Top the 4, and I know y'all are out there getting hungry. So why don't y'all mosey on down over there to the concession stand, get you a hot dog. Hurry up while they last.
Folks, as we go into the top of the 4th, this inning is brought to you by Austin Woods Recycling, another proud sponsor of Raider Baseball. They're the folks that make that outstanding Texas native mulch that I know Michael likes
putting
down in the
absolutely.
landscape there.
I do.
They're a local company right there off 1431.
We buy ours at Lowe's every year.
That's going to bring up number 7 for the Cougars. Anthony. Correction, that's going to bring up number 21, Sean Rosales.
Number 21, Sean Rosales, stands in to begin the 4th for the Cougars as he takes for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is going to be inside for ball 2. Fans, be with us tomorrow as we have another 1 o'clock game start. This one will be at Connally. Swing and a foul for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Rosales. Connor Bennett pitching the 4th. He retired Connally in order. Swing and a miss from Rosales for strike 2. Rosales, 1 for 1. He singled his first at bat. The pitch from Bennett. Curveball. And Rosales caught looking. On the backwards K for out number 1.
Throws him at the plate.
For the Cougars, Anthony Hancock.
So number 7, Anthony Hancock, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Hancock, a strikeout victim, his first at bat. Pitch inside for ball 1.
Brushed him back a little. Don't block the plate.
Fastball gets the outside corner for strike one. The count evens at 1. Well, Hancock obliges. He backs off that line inside. Strike 3. And Hancock is retired as he picks up his second strikeout. This will bring up Jordan Vega, the pitcher. Vega, he's 0 for 1. He was hit by pitch in his first at bat. He takes for ball 1 on a pitch that was down and away. Lefty-righty matchup. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch from Bennett. Fastball misses low for ball 2.
Connor not taking much time between his pitches. Going to work quickly.
Swing and a miss from Vega. And he is deuces wild. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. This is cut on and hit down the first base line. Lance Little has it. Throws over to Bennett covering the bag, and the side is retired in order. 1, 2, 3, go the Cougars. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 3.5, it's your Rouse Raiders 6. The Connally Cougars, nothing.
Lance looked like that ball had poison ivy on it or something.
He did, but he wasn't going to try to handle it himself after he mishandled it like that and try to beat Vega to the bag.
No, he made the wise decision to.
Which would have been close.
Which would have been close.
No doubt, as Vega not the speediest or not the fleetest of foot on the Cougars. I believe that would be their center fielder, Darius McGrew.
21, Sean Rosales coming in relief for number 23, Jordan Vega. Number 10, Michael Gomez moved to first.
Number 10, or number 21, Sean Rosales moves from first over to the mound. Thank you very much.
And we're talking about a great day for baseball. Our Central Texas teams had a good weekend, both fighting Texas Aggies. Took 2 from Vanderbilt, and University of Texas took 2 from
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Number 5, Elijah Rendon comes in for Michael Gomez. Actually, he's going to come in relief, or not relief, but in Johnny Vega's spot, or Jordan Vega's spot, as Michael Gomez will move over to first. Sean Rosales moves to the pitcher's mound, and Rendon will move in at second base.
Going to bring up gate number 6 for the Raiders.
And I believe that takes care of all the defensive changes. For the Cougars. Number 6, Jake Alepa will lead off for the Raiders. This is his 3rd inning of leadoff work. He takes for ball 1. Raiders batted the entire order back in the 3rd. Rosales comes set. Pitch is high for ball 2. Rosales with a full beard. Not often you see that in a high school student. Pitch in for a called strike. He's another off-speed pitcher. Two balls, one strike to Alepa. Alepa lifts this one out to right. Patterson over, makes the catch. And Aleppa is retired.
For the Raiders, Jared Southern.
F9 on the putout. And that'll bring up the right fielder, number 23, Jared Southern. Rosales comes set. The pitch. Misses high for ball one. Swing and a foul from Jared Southern as he offered at the high curveball. 1-1 the count to Jared. The 1-1 pitch from Rosales. This is right down the middle and hit out to right center. This is going to fall in for a base hit. Southern with back-to-back singles.
Finds himself back on first base.
Yeah. That will bring up the pitcher, Connor Bennett. Good afternoon, folks. If you're just joining us, your Rouse Raiders are leading 6-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch high and inside, over the head of Connor Bennett for ball one. Southern extends his lead over at first. The 1-0 pitch from Rosales. Hit and run is called, and Southern will make his circle back to first as the hit goes foul down the third baseline. Count even at 1 for Connor Bennett. 1 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth and some matinee baseball. Throw over to first, not in time.
On a really good day. Nice outside.
And the wind has died down somewhat. It's still blowing, but it's not as brisk as it was earlier. Fastball misses high and inside for ball two. Pitch from Rosales misses high for ball three. 3-1 the count to Connor Bennett. And as the Little League dad would say, base hit, ball four. Let's go, son.
That's right.
They like to say that on the 3-2 count specifically. Pitch misses high, and there's the ball four. Raiders have 2 on.
For the Raiders, Lance Little.
2 on, 1 out.
Little is 0 for 2. Well, actually, he's 0 for 1 on the sacrifice fly. He has grounded the third and sac fly to left. Pitch from Rosales misses high for ball one as Little takes. Dalton Porter on deck for the Raiders. The 1-0 pitch from Rosales paints the inside corner for strike one. 1-1 the count now to Lance Little. Southern extends his lead a second. The pitch misses high, and Rosales really struggling to stay down in the zone. His release is way too early and allows the ball to float high. Pitch, that's cut on, and it's popped up back out of play, and the count evens up at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Lance Little. Rosales comes set. He checks Southern back at second. Gives him another look, a little longer look, and brings it home. This is cut on and popped up, back out of play. Count remains at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Rosales. This is hit down the middle. This is lined into left. This will score Southern as he rounds third and heads home. Southern crosses the plate for run number 7.
That will bring up number 55 for the Raiders, Dalton Paul Porter.
Ethan Moore, courtesy running for Connor Bennett, stands at second base. Lance Little with a single and an RBI. As Porter stands in. Porter takes this one deep to center. This is going to be to the fence. McGrew chases, and Moore rounds third. Little rounds third. And Porter rounds third. This could be an in the park, and it is. Home run for Dalton Porter.
That's going to bring up Dylan Lewis, number 1 for the Raiders.
Porter with the in the park home run.
We talked about it earlier, Michael. That wind was going to help out today, and it did. Just a really good hit. Followed through. Was able to have good base running.
Lewis, I'm sorry, comes in. As he fouls one off for strike 1. Raiders have extended their lead to 10 here in the 4th. Lewis takes inside for ball 1. I'm pretty sure that scores as a in the park home run, but officially it may go down as a triple and an error on the throw. Right.
That's right. The official score is a triple with the error on the throw down. The mother's going to score it as an in the park home run.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Lewis. 1 out. This is cut on and hit over to short. Murphy has it, throws to first in time, and Lewis is retired for out number 2.
That will bring up
6-3 on the putout.
number 4 for the Raiders, Tanner Robbins.
Tanner Robbins comes to the plate. Robbins is 0 for 2. This is a chopper back toward the mound. The shortstop over has it, makes the throw over. And the Raiders are retired. Raiders score 4 runs on 3 hits and nobody left on. After 4 complete, it's your Rouse Raiders 10, Pflugerville Connally Cougars nothing.
Austin Pro Siding and Windows are proud to support the Rouse Baseball organization. Austin Pro Siding and Windows has been helping Austin homeowners with
Well,
siding
Michael, here we are,
projects for
2:20 in the afternoon. As you said, a matinee game, and the Raiders are
Austin Pro Siding and Windows.
decisively ahead at this point, going into the top of the 5th, 10-0.
Connally with 4 errors so far on the game.
Looks like we've got some additional fielding changes.
We have number 21, Robert Mount, going to left field for Jay Leppa. And number 13, Isaac Upchurch, going to third base for Matt Garcia. Hayden Asbury will be at first, replacing Lance Little.
Goodness, we got wholesale changes. Hold on. Let me
Out in right field, replaces Jared Southern.
Upchurch at
We also
third.
have number 2, Andrew Garcia behind the plate. He'll be replacing Fisher Kingsbury.
Asbury,
Kane went to
Oh.
Kane Adamas,
Kane Adamas.
and Asbury to first. Yeah, I can tell that slouching. They wait right until they go into their windup.
All right, so the umpire's having to get their stuff straight too. So, all right, so we'll give the defense for you. Bennett on the. It is Bennett on the mound, right?
That will bring up number 3 for the Cougars, Cash Patterson.
So Bennett still on the hill for the Raiders. Andrew Garcia behind the plate. Hayden Asbury at first. Tanner Robbins at second. Dylan Lewis at short. Isaac Upchurch at third. Cash Patterson stands in. He takes ball 1.
And that sure looked like a strike.
Robert Mount in left. Dalton Porter in center. And Kane Adamas in right. This is cut on. This could be trouble and goes foul. Raiders with a 10-run lead here in the 5th. Keep in mind, folks, this is district play, so the 10 runs after 5 does not come into play. In district play, you must play all 7 innings.
That's correct. Thanks for reminding Michael. That's an important rule that everyone needs to be aware of. Since it's district, they are going to play it out.
Pitch misses high for ball 2. The 3-1. I say ball 2. I've looked at the scoreboard. I hope that's right. Maybe I'm off one.
And we're
3-2. Okay, here we go. I missed one. The payoff pitch. Upchurch has it. Throws over way over the head of Hayden Asbury, and
That will bring up number 9 for the Cougars.
that'll be an
Salazar.
E5. That will not be a base hit. First Raider error of the afternoon. That will bring up the the left fielder, number 9, Nick Salazar. Swing and a miss for
Good
strike
pitch.
1. Salazar caught looking back in the second in his first and only plate appearance so far. 1 on with no outs. swing and a miss from Salazar for strike 2. Bennett comes set. He delivers a fastball in the outside corner, and Salazar caught looking for the second time for the first out. Back to the top of the order we go as Michael Gomez comes to the plate. Gomez started off in the second base spot, so he takes for strike 1. He has since moved over to first. The 0-1 pitch, curveball that Gomez was way out ahead on for strike 2. Bennett put a little bit of nasty on that curve.
He's really in command of his pitches today.
The 0-2 gets the outside corner for strike 3, and Gomez caught looking.
Froze him at the plate.
That brings up number 13 for the Cougars, Darius McGrew.
Darius McGrew, he's 1 for 2. He has singled and lined back to the pitcher. So he takes for strike 1. And Bennett just all over the strike zone.
See, it looks like now, Michael, the umpire has shifted back a little bit towards center behind the catcher. And as soon as I say that, he shifts back.
Curveball swung on and missed for strike 2. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. And the Cougars are retired in the 5th. No runs, no hits, 1 left on.
Oh, and they're lining up.
And 1 error.
Okay, folks.
Oh, I guess these things have changed.
All right, folks.
Okay, well, that's it.
We're caught off guard today.
That must be a rule change that I was unaware of. That in district play, you had to play all 7 innings.
Well, Michael, that's something new for me as well. We used to play everything all the way through, especially in district.
Right. So I will visit with Coach Crimpine and check on that rule. But that's the ball game, folks. And your Raiders pick up their 3rd district win and their 21st, or actually their 19th inning of scoreless ball.
Official time, 1 hour and 32 minutes of play.
Well, that makes for a
great
early
day.
afternoon, a great game for the Raiders. A combined shutout between Connor Bennett and Dalton Porter as the Raiders take the first of 2 from the Connally Cougars.
Well, folks, before we send you away, we want to mention a few more sponsors. Austin Pros Siding and Windows are another proud supporter of Rouse Baseball. They've been helping Austin homeowners with siding and window projects for over 6 years. Please remember them for your next project. Austin Windows, or Austin Pro Siding and Windows. Also want to have a shout out to Bohemian Barbecue. They are the proud sponsor of Rouse Concessions, located in Jonestown, Texas. Next time you're hungry, like we usually are, go visit Bohemian Barbecue. Well, Michael, I guess we'll be on the air tomorrow.
We will be back on the air tomorrow, folks. Another 1 o'clock game start as we will be in Austin. Or actually, yeah, it's actually in Austin,
Pflugerville,
but in
Austin
the
area.
Pflugerville ISD. So it's at Pflugerville Connally High School, and they have a nice field over there.
They have a nice field.
So they play a lot of radio spots. So they have when I say radio spots, they have a professional voiceover on some of their commercial and in between inning spots. So and it's usually really loud there
We should have an interesting game because
we sit under the speakers over there.
And I'm sure it might be windy, so folks just keep that in mind. You'd probably have a better time if you came out to the ballpark. Take a day off. It's spring break. It's Central Texas. Weather's great. Come watch some baseball.
Another afternoon matinee baseball game, and we look forward to it. So we thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So good night, everyone, from Leander, Texas. This is Michael Francis and Scott Mount wishing you a good evening. Good night, everybody.